Okay, this is a little unusual, but we're meeting on a Wednesday night, June 24th, Farmington Town Board. And all the board members here except Councilman Guilfoyle, who is necessarily absent. Pledge of Allegiance. Mark, would you lead us, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mark. Next thing on the agenda is approval of the June 9th minute. Motion by Nate, second by Aubrey. Any corrections, comments? Oh,
Aaron made a mistake the pump station, right? Isn't the Springdale one 13?
Oh, yeah, that's PS 13. Yes, that is correct.
Meant to reach back out to you, Michelle.
all right, anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Privilege of the floor of public hearings. No public hearings tonight. Anybody privilege of the floor? Anybody online? No privilege of the floor or public concerns? Okay, hearing none. Reports of standing committees, Public Works.
Yeah, Public Works, we met this morning at 7 o'clock and got our updates from water and sewer, highway and parks. Start with water and sewer at the treatment plant. We're still awaiting parts for the rehabilitation of the north influence screen compactor. They've been working on the UV system, changing out some bulbs, and they had a sensor that was not working on bank B. The north final clarifier is ready for installation from new skirting. Let's see. The distributor rotor Bio 2 seized and has been freed up. Electromotive control has been inoperable, and they're troubleshooting that with an electrician. Bio tower number 3 rotary distributor ceased operating. They had a lot of electrical issues over power outages and stuff, so they've been straightening out a lot of different things. Chamberlain was on site to pump up grease pit. Their ongoing pump station maintenance is going on as always, and we talked about today about different pump stations that they've been working on. Won't go through every one of them. 21 and 17 are a couple of them that they did. General comments, the staff installed remaining signage on the sewer access road at Park and Dune. They did some tree removal also on Bark and Dune Rise. They did some cleaning and sweeping and restoration for PS 13. They repaired broken curb box on Stonefield Lane. The mowing on North Water Tank and sewer easement with skid steer and brush hog mower. North Water Tank inspection is scheduled for the 29th of this month. They installed a new water service on County Road 8. They did a final walkthrough at Brickyard Tank for punch list items. They performed repairs to the hitch and airlines on truck 10 for hauling a new trailer. And they adjusted the curb box to grade at Sheldon Road. They replaced the water service on 1500 Coral Drive. And they got some staff members that are doing flagger training this at the end of the month. They relocated a hydrant meet for a North Road for a contractor. The Brickyard Road tank gate is now operational. There's a water main repair on North Road, and that's about it for water and sewer. There are 6 resolutions. We can talk about them if we need to at the time. For highway, they've got ongoing, equipment maintenance, replaced a catch basin and failing, drainage pipes. They've been out, oiling and stoning Crowley, Collett, and New Michigan Road. They've been cleaning up, fallen trees, all our windstorms again. Been out doing roadside mowing. There's string trimming around the road signs and guardrails. They've been trimming up trees. And then we talked about fiber man on Hook Road and the guide rail repair on Sheldon Road. And there's one resolution, we can talk about that when we need to, if we have to. Parks are out with equipment maintenance, mowing and trimming, field lining, action security was out to test the fire alarms in the court, no issues there. Trail repair, an update on the new F-550 and Salter. And we had cleaned the front entrance of the town hall and washed the siding. Carpet cleaning will take place at Highway and Court on the 9th of July and the 10th. Doyle's Security will be doing a fire alarm testing at the Lodge, Park Shop, and Highway on the 9th. The sprinklers will be tested at the Highway and Court on the 15th. And Landry was out to do some preventative maintenance on the generators. That's about it for them. That's it. That's all I have, Peter.
Thanks, Ron. Town operations?
Town operations met yesterday morning. There is one draft resolution on tonight's agenda from the Director of Planning and Development to introduce a preliminary draft of local law number 3, which would amend chapter 155 of the town code entitled Vehicles Recreational, thereby providing regulations for e-bikes and other electric assist vehicles. If passed, it will establish a 2-week review period. After receiving comments, the town board will decide at the July 14th meeting whether to schedule a public hearing for adopting this local law. The Accessory Structures Advisory Committee continues their workshops to address concerns with the existing provisions in Chapter 165, Section 58, Accessory Structures. A draft local law will be created this summer, and then the town board will schedule a hearing for that. Update on the Farmington Fire Station. The engineers have submitted their final site plans for the planning board's consideration at their next meeting Wednesday, July 1st. Following final site plan approval, the next steps will involve building permits and the start of construction after a pre-construction meeting with town staff. The town board are continuing to wait for the filing of the legal dedication documents for enabling Pintail Crossing to become a new town highway, Main County Road 41, and the intersection of Pintail, Redfern Drive, and Running Brook Drive. The town planning board at their meeting last week granted final subdivision plat and final site plan approvals for section 3 of Monarch Manor. This section will include the extension of public sidewalks along the east side of New Michigan Road between Lilybrook Court and Monarch Drive. Update on the Fairdale Meadows subdivision. The planning board at their meeting last week also granted final subdivision and final site plan approvals for the 40-lot single-family project that is to be constructed along a new town highway that will be named Hayfield Court. That's across from the Finger Lakes Gaming Casino. The Zoning Board of Appeals earlier this week on Monday continued deliberations on 2 area variances for an accessory structure and a temporary use permit for the bridges of brain injury. The board also granted an area variance for a rear yard setback to allow construction of an open deck behind a property on Meadowbrook Lane. The Town Operations Committee report has been posted on the website. The Town Environmental Conservation Board will meet next month on Monday, July 27th at 7 p.m. And Mr. Adams is here to let us know what the Ag Committee's up to.
Great, thank you. Our report to other town officials, supervisor, as mentioned, we still don't have the legal paperwork to open Pintail Drive. The contractor has notified our engineers that they're ready to start some initial work in early August. We have a pre-construction meeting scheduled for July 9th. Closing the bridge may happen before the town is able to dedicate Pintail Crossing. And as mentioned in our last couple of meetings, the completion date for the Wood Drive Bridge is late summer 2027. Code complaints, we continue to get e-bike, traffic, speeder complaints, neighborhood complaints, potential code violations. There is a complaint form on the website to make it easier for residents, and we do follow up on all those complaints. On the finance side, the 2027 budget sheets for the Farmington 5-year capital projects and equipment purchases worksheets went out last week. And this will be followed in July by my supervisor budget guidance memo and budget sheets from our accountant in July. Ontario County, last Thursday, I attended the Ontario County Board of Supervisors meeting. The board had 3 public hearings, one for a community development block grant application. The second one for all 3 entitling establishing an animal use registry. And the third was a public hearing for the 2026-2027 Finger Lakes Community College tentative budget. And that's all I have. Highway.
All right, as was mentioned, the stone and oil has been completed on Colette, Crowley, and New Michigan Road. The fiber mat process was supposed to have happened immediately following on Hook Road from 96 to just north of Curran. The fiber mat machine was down, and with the upcoming paving projects between the town of Farmington and the town of Victor, that is set to be scheduled to be rescheduled the first week of September, so that way we can still get it fiber matted. When I know a hard date, I will let everybody know. The stone that is on Colette Road was about 90% cleaned up today. I wanted to make sure that that road gets completely cleaned up before the 4th of July, because people park down the side of it, and I don't want stone on the road to prevent damage to cars. We will continue to clean that, and then we'll go on to hitting the rest of the roads to get the loose stone off of them. We'll also be out taking care of mowing and doing all the trimming on county roads currently, and County Road 8 will be the last road that we hit, so that way it's nice and fresh for the upcoming holiday for everybody. And that's it.
Good, thanks. Nobody here from Parks tonight, but they've been very busy, and one of the staff is going to meet with MRB tomorrow at Farm Brook and the Grove Park to have access to the inside to take measurements for the bathrooms. That's part of an ADA project we hope to do over the winter. Town Clerk.
Oh yeah, so today I attended the Ontario County Municipal Clerks Association meeting at the town of Hopewell. Our guest speakers were from the New York State Gaming Commission, so that was really a good training for us today. Water bills are out, so we've seen some steady flow today for those. And just a reminder that our town offices will be closed on July 3rd. That's it.
All right, thank you. Water and sewer.
Yeah, I ended up spending most of my afternoon dealing with a sewer spill in the private system at the Home Depot. And on and off the phone with DEC folks at Wilmerite, trying to get in contact and get them to address that. It was entering the stormwater system and getting discharged somewhere. I don't know where, but it occupied a good amount of my afternoon. A correction, the north water tank inspection is occurring on Friday, 6/26 at 8 a.m. We had a new fan installed in the belt filter press building. and a new actuator installed in the final sludge pump building. This was previous resolution work, so we're glad to have those wrapped up. In the installation of the belt filter press fan, we discovered that we're going to need a new motor starter, overload protectors, and louvers. When we got the new fan installed and reconnected all the wiring, none of those items work. Gathering quote from Plant Tech, and then we'll gather additional quotes if we find that we are triggering the need to do so. So,
It's the bell press?
belt press room, yes. We had some power anomalies and outages in the high wind event on the 18th that affected the wastewater treatment plant and several of our pump stations. We had staff in after hours to deal with issues there. And we have a walkthrough coming up on July 6th with representatives from RIT's Pollution Prevention Institute, who are investigating some options of deriving a beneficial use product from our sludge. We need to find something to do with our sludge with the announced closure of the Ontario County landfill. So looking forward to what they may be able to do for us. That's what I've got.
Thank you. Building and zoning.
I just want to reiterate the complaint form on the website. It's right on the homepage on the right-hand side, third button down. Everybody could please submit their complaints there. It's a lot easier for us to keep them straight and have a record of the inspections that we're doing to verify them. So that's all I got.
We hear from planning board tonight. Ron, Director of Planning and Development.
The town officer report was posted today on the town website and distributed. A lot of new pictures in there. One of the more interesting ones are the ambulance corps down here on County Road 8. They got their blacktop in and things are starting to come together. They're gonna look like they're gonna meet their July deadline that they said some time ago, so that's good. And the other thing is the head count now down in Farmbrook is down to 7 homes. So 64 of those homes have been sold since last November.
Crazy.
That's it.
Thanks. Town engineer, Bill.
Continuing to work on County Road 8 water main design and also the wastewater plant filtration and clarifier design. And we're ready to sit with Aaron. We reached out for a meeting, so we'll be able to go over that project a little bit more and progress that, and reviewed with Public Works some wetland delineation work that was done that impacts Mertensia Park Pavilion, the highway campus, and the town park property. So we'll have a little more information relative to the wetland delineation mapping, and then we'll be able to make some decisions on that pavilion and the highway campus and town park relative to the park maintenance building. So that's ongoing. And up tonight, I'll be scheduling a public hearing for the wastewater plant project as well, including some expansion on the scope of work due to some of the items there, and really the effort for the town to seek additional grant funding and that for that work if we can. So fingers crossed on that, but those are the resolution for the public hearing is on tonight, and then 202B and bond resolution should be expected next month. So.
Very good. Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
No assessor tonight, no historian. Mark, recreation.
Recreation is gonna begin, this coming Monday. We are, ready to go. I'd like to thank Marcy Daniels for getting everybody's paperwork up and going and on Paychex Flex, so we can be as smooth as possible starting on Monday. Right now, we're all hired, but you know, there's still a few days left to see what happens. We have over 300 campers registered so far. Parks that are still open are Town Park, Pumpkin Hook, and Farmbrook Park. Mertensia and Beaver Creek are at capacity. And we just received our Department of Health approval the other day from them, so we're all set to go. On July 3rd, Our vendors are all set and ready to go. Z-Best Foods, Potato-licious, Eat Greek, Weekday Brew, JP Fried Dough, Kona Ice and Travelin' Tom's Coffee, KP Kettle Corn, and Dar's Delight. Will be there. And, tell them to set up at 4, but they'll be there too.
Right.
The way it always works, but I do send them an email, with a map overlay to where they're at, and they've been here before, so they all kind of know where to park if I'm not there yet. They're all very friendly to each other because they all go to the same events. So, we're looking for that. The music is set, Shades of Gray. We're all ready to go with that, and, let's just hope for the weather.
Exactly. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I was actually at FLCC today for a little retirement reception. And they told everybody to go outside and get the ice cream from Dar's.
Perfect.
I asked them,
They've been with us from the get-go.
yeah, I asked them, I said, you're gonna be there in the 30, there's no, my wife,
Ah,
they're at,
wife and son,
they're at another location.
so.
All right, thanks. Ag Advisory Committee, Hal?
On standby currently.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Under the finance, I'll just mention again, the 2027 budget process has already started with our departments. And the other thing is our town newsletter is out for all the residents. And the majority of my comments are all related to e-bikes and scooters and the do's and don'ts, trying to get our residents' attention that under age 16 is definitely a problem here in town and in other locations. Communications are on file. Reports and minutes are on file. We'll go to resolutions now. First one, resolution waiving the Matencia Lodge fee for the Victor Farmington Rotary Dinner on July 15th. Motion by Nate, second by Ron. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Choose a resolution authorizing the purchase of new utility locator that costs not to exceed $5,960 plus any additional shipping.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Aubrey. Any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Choose a resolution authorizing the purchase of water main parts for Fairdale Meadow subdivision at a cost not to exceed $13,672.94 plus any additional freight. Motion by Nate, second by Ron. Any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Or is a resolution establishing a penalty, easy for me to say, date for all unpaid 2026 second order accounts located within the CSWD and the Victor Sewer Districts. That will be Monday, August 3rd, 2026. Motion by Army, second by Nate. All in favor? Aye. Five is a resolution authorizing a budget amendment in the highway fund to reflect the 2026-2027 state aid, consolidated local highway and highway improvement CHIPS funding, paid New York, and winter recovery, and our potholes funds.
Second.
By Ron, second by Aubrey. Again, it was approximately $26,000 more we got this year than was originally budgeted, which is always nice. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Six, resolution authorizing the town board to approve the closeout paperwork for the tank contractor landmark structures for the Brickyard Road tank project. Motion been made, second by Aubrey. Any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Seven is a resolution authorizing the town board to approve the closeout paperwork for the contractor MW Controls Inc. for the Brickyard Road tank project.
Second.
Mr. Ron, any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Maybe second time over, we started that in 2023, so glad to get it completed. Eight, resolution of support the town of Farmington for the 2026 Water Quality Improvement Project wastewater treatment plant improvements.
So. Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Aubrey. Any questions there? All in favor? Aye. 9, resolution in support of authorization for the Clean Water Grant application, New York State 2026 Water Infrastructure Improvement Act.
So moved.
Motion by Aubrey, second by Nate. Questions on that grant application? All in favor? Aye.
Question.
10's a resolution authorizing directional drilling of water main for Fairdale Meadows subdivision at a cost not to exceed $5,259.14.
So moved. Second.
Morales, any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
11's a resolution authorizing the water and sewer superintendent to purchase scrap set from Carter Pump, rebuild 2 Carter diagram sludge pumps at a cost not to exceed $4,073.02 plus any additional shipping and handling.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Aubrey. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well, as a resolution authorizing the water and sewer superintendent to purchase UV lamps for the UV disinfection system. They cost not to exceed $7,447.98 plus any additional shipping and handling. So.
Second.
Ron, second, Nate, any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
13's resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign a proposal with Granite Government Solutions for POTS lines at a cost not to exceed $249.75 per month.
Second.
Motion by Aubrey, second by Nate. Again, this will save $120 per month at one location and $150 at the other location. All in favor?
Aye.
14's resolution accepting introduction of preliminary draft local law number 3 of 2026 dated June 18, 2026. This is the proposed amendment to chapter 155 of the Farmington Town Code entitled Vehicles Recreational for Town Board and General Public Reviews, and declaring intent to accept the draft document at the town board meeting on Tuesday, July 14, 2026, and for scheduling a public hearing therein at the board's July 28, 2026 meeting. Motion by Nate, second by Aubrey. Post third by Ron. Yeah, so again, this is part of our e-bikes committee upgrade. I actually brought copies of the changes there for anybody in the room that wants them. And it'll be posted on our website this morning in anticipation of this approval. I also sent it to the sheriff, the undersheriff, Ontario County DA, Ontario County Legal Office Director and the Deputy Director, and the county administrator, the 2 deputy county administrators for their review and comments. And we already got one comment back late this afternoon. So we're off and running, and hopefully we'll get something approved here by the end of the month. Any other comments?
Next month,
Pardon?
next month.
End of next month. And we're already at the end of this. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 15 is resolution authorizing completion of probationary period for highway employee Eric Fritz. That's a wage increase of $1 an hour, effective payroll 15, which is July 5th, 2026.
Moved.
Mr. Aubrey, second by Ron. Questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 16, resolution authorizing scheduling a public hearing on July 14th at 7 p.m. to consider proposed increases and improvements to the town of Farmington Sewer District. Motion by Nate, second by Ron. Any questions? Sure.
Engineering report, is that something we'll have access to?
Yeah, it's already, there is a link available. It's so enormous We'll send you the link so you can look at it. It's 166 pages or something. It's huge.
It's like a white read.
Skim through.
I
Yeah.
think Matt McKenna provided a condensed PDF version that I have also, so I could forward that to the board if you'd like.
So this is part of the grant application for the wastewater treatment plant future project. We've increased that grant amount $6.5 million to 14.7 million. And that's why we're redoing the next month, the 202B improvements. Is a legal term that has to be done. Also, the environmental review will be done at that time. And that's it. Get the grant application.
Yeah, seeker 202B resolution and the bond resolution.
Yeah.
And we can share the report with you, yeah.
Any questions on that? Any more? All in favor? Aye. All right. This is abstract 12, 2026 to pay the bills. General fund, $113,518.06. Highway fund, $34,866.40. Cranberry Road, $470. Wastewater treatment plant rehab project, $19,429.50. County Road 8 water line, $2,250. Water tank repair, $751,869.77. Storm drainage, $4,853.64. Lighting district, $273.17. Sewer district, $84,537.95. Water district, $1,945.34. Payroll deductions, $11,557.13. For a total abstract to pay the bills, $1,075,570.96. A motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Arnold, second by Ron. Any abstentions? Changes? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. We have no training under $100. We have no waiver of the rules tonight. Anything else to be brought to the town board at this time? Concerns or discussion? Hell,
I did think of a question. Do you recall if the Board of Supervisors approved the recommended engineering firm for the drainage study?
I believe they did, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did, because there was more than one. I think, right?
No. They only recommended.
We only.
No, I mean, there was more than one
Oh.
quote they received, but
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the recommendation did go through. I'll check.
There's been no movement on that. That's why.
Some of that might have to do with Tom Harvey's retirement
Ah.
and a new director of planning coming on board in July.
Okay.
I'm writing that down right now. Okay, our next meetings are Tuesday, July 14th, Public Works, Town Operations, and then in the evening, Town Board meeting. I do need a motion to go into executive session to discuss the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation or matters leading to the appointment, employment, motion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. Wish my names by Arby. All in favor? Is it, we do not expect a resolution after we come out of executive session. Thank you, everybody, for attending. I will need water and sewer superintendent to attend this week.